Hi everyone, Jeanette with Vivo Vintage Designs. Today I want to show you how I get these multicolored petals. I've been asked for a video, so here it is. I'm going to use some different colors than I used on this flower and see how that turns out. So today I'm going to be using Willow, Sunshine Yellow, Valelncia, Wild Plum, Meadow, and Pitch Black. I also have my airbrush. The compressor is set at, the PSI is set at 40. I have my Revlon hair dryer. I have some Posca pens and snow cap. So the first thing I'm going to do is put down some Wild Plum. I also have some micro brushes for the center. I'm going to put down a drop of the Wild Plum. I'll dry it. I'm actually going to put my glasses on this time so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to leave my blow dryer running so that way the colors don't start to bloom out on me while I turn it on. And next I'm going to take some Valelncia and put a couple of drops here and there. Now I'm using Sunshine Yellow, which is my favorite yellow. And then I think I'm just going to use the Willow and not the Meadow. And just put a few drops here and there as well. It's a soft green, very pretty. And then in the center, I'm going to put a drop of the Pitch Black. Okay. And in the video I did yesterday, I showed you that I got a second moisture trap for my airbrush. So there's one on the compressor and now there's one for the hose, and it seems to be helping a lot with the moisture in my studio. It's very damp down here and it makes it very hard to blow the petals the way I like when you have moisture spitting out of your airbrush. Alright, so I'm going to put a drop down here in the center, and then I'm going to blow away from the flower. I mean from the center, from the alcohol. I also recommend having a cotton swab nearby so that if you put down too much alcohol or if your petals are going in a direction that you don't like, you can mop up some of the alcohol and reshape the petal. Now, hopefully you can see all the different colors that are coming up in this petal with the black in the center. Looks really pretty. And I'm putting down a significant amount of alcohol. Because I want fat petals. And I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. I am pointing the airflow more towards the center of the flower, and as the alcohol starts to dry, I move the airbrush up, again pointing towards the center of the flower as opposed to the end of the petal. And you make sure that you dry the petal completely, otherwise you get these weird shapes at the end. Now that came out a little wonky, so I'm putting some alcohol on the cotton swab and I'm going to reshape this petal. And this works great when you're using lighter colors. When you use the darker colors, it's hard because it stains the paper. So as you're blowing your petals, if you see that the alcohol is moving, say, to the right and you want it to go to the left, just move your airbrush and move the flow of the air so the alcohol goes in the direction that you want the petal to go. And I'm hoping that the camera can pick up all these different colors that are coming up in the petals and the veining. It just looks so pretty. Okay, this may be my last petal. This one's going a little crazy, so I may have to blow it out again. And that's easy enough to do, so I'll put some more alcohol here and just blow it out again. I really don't like the way this looks here, so I'll do that one as well. That one petal really threw everything off, so I'm just blowing over it, try and make it look a little bit better. Sometimes that happens. Okay, I'm happy with that. I am, however, going to try and clean up this edge over here. I'll get as close as I can. I'm happy with that. All right, so now I'm going to take my black Posca pen. I don't know if I mentioned that I would be using that as well. There goes the cap. And I'm going to start creating my center by dotting. And then I'm going to take one of my micro brushes to spread that paint around. I'm going to dot over it while it's still wet. I'm turning my paper around because I want to make sure whether the center is round or not. It was not. So you can see that I can really move this paint around quite a bit by just tapping it with the micro brush. Then I'll make sure that that's dry. Then I'm going to decide which way I like this flower best. I think I like it like this. So now I'm going to take my white Posca pen and a second micro brush, and I'm going to start doing some white dots. And take my clean micro brush and start dotting over the white to spread that around a bit. And I'll bring a little bit of the white down into the part that will be in shadow. Then you want to make sure that's dry also. And then yesterday what I did to create the center on that other flower is I took Snow Cap and I put a little bit on my palette. And I took the micro brush, put some ink on it, try and dab some off, and then I added some more dots with the Snow Cap. And I'm actually going to add a little bit more because I see that it's picking up the colors from underneath. So I'm going to take another clean micro brush and see if I can add more white, make this a bit more white. Don't see that it's making that big a difference. Let me see if I use the Posca pen instead. a little bit better. Okay, so now I'm going to take my white gel pen and let me dry this first. And I'm going to do some white lines on the dark section of the center. And then I'll take my black gel pen and do some black lines on the white. Okay, and not so crazy about this center, so I'm going to try and make it a little bit better. This is a smaller tip or a finer tip Posca pen, and it's a, I'm not even sure what it is, but the tip is smaller, and I'm just going to add some white dots. I do like that a little bit better. And maybe even come back with some black. Here and there. And okay, that I'm happy with. So I'll bring this in for a close-up, and hopefully you can see the veining in the petals. Now you can use all different colors to create this effect, but let me see if I can make this lighting a little bit better. So hopefully you can see that, and I'll show you the other one as well. See, there's the green, the black, there's purple, yellow, It just makes it so pretty. So go ahead and give this a try. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video and learned something, please hit the give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you have a good night. Bye.